brief chat with the lads first thing. I'm going to get them in 5-10 minutes early tomorrow for a rousing company speech for the new year. I'm going to try and brainwash them with motivation, see if that helps. Failing that, I've got the plan B, which is give them a pay rise, which I'm not happy about. Evening all, welcome back to the Car UK channel. You join me on the 1st of January 2025. Happy New Year. I am fresh back off my holidays. I've been away over Christmas, feeling rejuvenated, ready for 2025. So I thought I'd just pop in today, have a quick look round, get the sort of brain in gear again, ready for when we reopen tomorrow, what I need to be doing, sort of refresh my mind. Anyway, hope you all had a great Christmas. I just thought I'd do a very quick video today, doing a bit of a recap of where we sort of left off in Christmas 24. We've got a few cars we've sold. We need to obviously deal with those when we return tomorrow. And also I've had a bit of a blow on my Jaguar as well, which I'll talk to you about in a second. And I also managed to squeeze a couple of late purchases in as well before I retired for Christmas. So let's have a quick look round and have a chat about what's been going on over the Christmas period. Right, let's have a little quick mooch round. Jag, we'll come back to that in a minute because that's upset me. We've got, I don't think there's much you haven't seen, to be honest. There's a few bits of stuff that I've bought as well that isn't on site yet. But I know you haven't seen this, Picasso. C3 Picasso, which is a car that I've never had on the pitch. And to be honest with you, I've not bought many of these ever, to be fair. Most of the time I've ever been offered these have been broken. However, that's most of the time it's been petrol versions. This is a diesel one, 1.6 diesel, and it's been dropped off by a subscriber who bought it. I think it was his mum's car, I think it was, he said, and we just bought it off him. Do you know what? I thought, sod it, I'll have a go at it because it's a clean, reasonably clean car with decent mileage on. It was very cheap for what I paid for it, I thought, and it'll just be a nice little, cheapy little car for the pitch, probably like a 2.5 grand motor. Just to basically just plonk on the pitch. It's a sort of pricing band we do quite well in. I say most of these I've ever been offered or bought and traded on have been petrol ones, which have been a bit ropey because the engines in the petrols are mini base, well, the Peugeot engines, but they put them in the mini as well, Prince engines, and they weren't very good. And it's very rare you get a good one. I wouldn't say I would never buy one with a petrol engine in. It's unlikely you'd find a good half decent one. But the diesels, they're alright. The old 1.6 HDI diesel, which is what's in this, these are fine. This is a lower mileage one anyway, so it's, you know, it's in half decent order. And it doesn't really need a lot doing to it, to be fair. This one's a bit of a clean up. Oh, and a wheel bearing. Horrendous wheel bearing noise. Probably one of the worst wheel bearings I've ever heard. Definitely wants that. And yeah, that's really it. It drove pretty well. I thought it was going to be open, but it's not. It's locked. 5-speed manual, very conventional car. And so, do you know what? I quite like these. I'm not a great fan of Peugeot Citroën stuff, if I'm honest. But I did always have a soft spot for the C3 Picasso. And I always thought it'd sell better than it actually did. But it's quite a little boxy thing. And being diesel, I mean, it's almost like a little van really, isn't it? You know, put them seats down, high roof. It's got a nice little utilitarian vehicle. And being diesel, it's cheap to run. And yeah, so I think as a little 2.5 grand car, it'd be alright for what we need it for. It'll be a little stocking filler for the pitch. The sort of stuff, like I said, we do reasonably well with. So yeah, that was a last minute purchase. I mean, everything else, to be honest with you, I'm just going to bore you with because I think you've already seen it. We've talked about the Viva I bought, 16 plate Viva. We always do well with Vivas. So we've got that on the pitch as well. We're going to sort it out. We'll put a battery on that before we finished. We've got the stepway back, which we talked about previously as well. The little Dacia diesel, again, good sellers. We've got that back as well, so that's going to go on for sale. And we bought the Volkswagen up, which we also spoke about briefly as well, a little 65 plate, and a Mariva, low mileage Mariva. So we've got plenty stuff to be going on with, and I've got C1s and 107s coming out my ears, as well as other stuff as well that's off-site at paint and stuff. So plenty to be doing. We just need to get the stuff actually on sale. So that is going to be our first mission of tomorrow. Brief chat with the lads first thing. I'm going to get them in 5-10 minutes early tomorrow for a rousing company speech for the new year. I'm going to try and brainwash them with motivation, see if that helps. Failing that, I've got the plan B, which is give them a pay rise, which is on the cards anyway, in April, which I'm not happy about. Anyway, speaking of bad news as well, my Jag. I think the gate man has cursed us with this, to be honest. Being left that long on the Aston Barclay auction pitch. This has had a couple of issues. First of all, it failed its MOT, which I was a bit shocked at, to be honest, because the last video we did, when we picked it up, we went for a drive in it, we cleaned it all up, and it drove spot on. I mean, it drove excellent. It was not a knock, not a bang, nothing. And I thought, you know what, I don't think it'll need much for MOT. And I didn't check it before, I didn't go underneath, because we didn't really have any ramp space, so I thought, sod it, I'd be amazed if it fails on hardly anything, send it in, see what happens. Well, it failed miserably. It failed on shockers and bushes, and handbrake issue, which we've actually fixed that now. That was straightforward to do. But yeah, just like loads of shockers and bushes, which I didn't see coming because it does drive sensational. So we've got to do all them, which we'll do, but it just means more time, and we're basically chasing the money back anyway. We're not going to make any profit out of this. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trading it on. It's not something we're going to retail. So I've literally just got to waste more time now getting it fixed, to get it MOT through the MOT, to spend a little bit more time fettling it just so I can trade it on and barely get my money back. In fact, I won't get my money back now. I'll probably lose a tiny bit of money time we've got rid of it. So there we are. It's a shame really, but oh well, it needs to be done. But the other problem I had as well is that whilst it was parked up on the front, because we had no space the last few days of Christmas, because we were getting lots of cars went out, I parked it on the front, and some bastard ran into it. So it's been caught down here on the front, scuffed there, as you can just see there. Someone's caught the corner, just parked up. And also, it's been caught on this corner down here as well. Someone's caught it there and chipped, and it's still paint still flicking away. So it's had two little knocks, shall we say, and failed its MOT. So I say, proper gate man's curse there for us. I was tempted with this Jag to mint it up and do basically like a competition, raffle prize it. But I've decided not to bother with this vehicle to do that. That is something we are going to be doing. I am going to be doing raffles, or at least trying to do some raffles in the next few weeks. Hopefully, I'm going to get a car selected and run a raffle with you, selling tickets for £1 or something like that, £1 or £2. See where we go with it, mint them up, and basically raffle them off. And obviously as well, we can make a bit of money for charity as well, which is always important. And I say I was tempted with that Jag, just like I say, put all new stuff on, suspension, mint it all up. But to be honest, I don't think it's the right candidate. The main thing that's putting me off the most is I have to spend a bit more money on paint on it to do that. And it's that bloody leaper on the bonnet, as people have pointed out in my last video comments. They asked what it was, the mascots on the bonnet. I forgot they were called leapers, but there we are. Anyhow, the problem is that no one seems to like that mascot on the bonnet. So to remove it, I'd have to buy another bonnet because someone has butchered it to put it on. So basically, if you remove it, it'll look even worse than it probably is with the damn thing on. So I say I can't be bothered getting a bonnet, and say once now, a few bumper corners doing, and I've already got someone lined up for it who's going to buy it off my trade anyway. So I'd rather just waste my time repairing the damn thing to get it MOT, to get rid of it and put the money into something else. We could buy something else a bit more interesting maybe. To maybe try and raffle, and say we can earn a few quid for some charities, have a bit of fun with it as well. Plus I can get some other prizes. We'll get some brother prizes from our Top Dom friends as well, with diagnostic machines and jump packs and lots of other stuff as well you can win. So definitely going to be doing that in the next week or so. Let's have a quick look in the workshop, see what we've got going on in there. Well, not a lot to be honest. I thought there was another car in here. So basically the way we left off, Peugeot, which we sold car. We sold this Christmas Eve, or day before Christmas Eve, 23rd. So this is the 207 1.4 petrol in white, 12 plate, last of the run. We've sold this to a lady who's bought it for a son. They did have a Clio, having a Clio offers, and anyway, Clio, long story short of it, wasn't up to the grade. We got underneath it, had a little bit of a running issue, which we decided basically it wasn't worth bothering with. So we basically just traded that out, and we were going to give her money back, but she said, well, if you've got anything else suitable, let us know. Proposition this one, and they went, yeah, no problem. And like I said, I think to be honest, they've got a better car, little 1.4 petrol with a little TU engine in, which we've talked about before. So that was basically having the new housing put on, which I think my colleague is now done. So just a case of bleeding it all up, make sure it's all good, and then just check it over and get it down the road, which we'll end up doing this week. Now, thinking about 2025, last video we talked about improvements on the site, stuff we need to be doing, signage and in the office, and some of the things I want to do outside. Inside, in the workshop, quite a few things need sorting in here. Whether we get them all done this year, I don't know, but we'll certainly make an effort to. One is I need to get more space, as in like tyre racking and stuff. We're going to get some more tyre racking up on the shelves, because we just say we've got tyres streamed everywhere, and say we throw a lot of tyres away that otherwise could be used again, particularly some part worn. So it's very useful for stuff we're trading out. Obviously, new stuff we're selling retail, we put new tyres on, but you say if you're trading stuff out, it's always handy to have some part worns lying around, so you can get them sort of through an MOT and get rid of them. Yeah, so more space and a ramp. We've got 2 ramps in here, and this is a ramp we've bought in previously from our old business. So when we came in here in August last year, we had 2 fixed ramps in here. This one, which is the original one, and we also had an old, like a yellow 2-poster, which was a bit noisy and rickety. It didn't last very long, which we were told it might not do.
and that broke, so we had to get that ripped out. And then we got this from our old business, which they weren't using, because my last company was sold and we got all the equipment, but they never used this ramp, so we took it back off them. A little one poster, a little mobile thing with a little stacker truck, and it's been all right for us, but it's a bit fiddle to use. It's a bit time consuming, and it's been great for what we needed it for. But I think we do need to get someone a little bit more professional in. So I have another 2-poster, or ideally, I prefer to have a 4-poster, because me being an old MOT tester, I just like 4 posters. They're just easier to diagnose stuff on properly. And they say there's some things you can't really do on a 2-poster, which are very difficult. Like some suspension stuff, really difficult to diagnose. So I might work out we can just squeeze just a brand new cheap 4-poster in here, a little bit of jiggle around of some workspace. And while we're there, we'll probably mint the place up, do a bit of painting. I mean, in the spring, summer, get some of this floor and stuff painted. And yeah, just to tidy the place up a bit. And also sort my kitchen out, because that's a disgrace. I wouldn't let dog shit in there. So that's inside the workshop. In the office, well, we've already talked about that. I'm going to mince up in here. I've already ordered my carpet. That's imminently coming down to us. We're going to get that fitted one weekend. And then obviously just tidy up in here a little bit. Not going to go too mad. Let's say we're not main agents, but just smarten the place up. Now outside, first thing I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to go around the corner and get myself a new sign order. I'm sick of looking at that damn banner which has been there since we first moved in. It doesn't look professional. I need to stamp my mark and put that sign up. So I'm going to go get that out. So I'm going to get that organised tomorrow. Outside here, really, I mean, there's so much I'd love to do. In an ideal world, I'd have it all looking lovely and smooth and tarmacked and that, but I ain't got like 10, 20 grand to go throw at redesigning a forecourt. So what I'm going to do instead is just basically focus on trying to get as many cars as I can on sale, make sure they're good, and get them out to people as quick as we can. That's basically my new plan for the new year, which is probably what I should have been doing last year. But it is immensely difficult, because what seems to happen is we're quite restricted about how many cars we can get on sale. We've only got one mechanic, there's only me, and there's only my valet, and we have a little bit of help that comes in now and then. And we do have other help we can use, other garages, but we just can't get the cars flowing through the workshop, particularly at this level, because you need to do a lot of work to these vehicles at a level we probably would like. Because what happens is we probably get half a dozen ready and up and set on sale, and then you sell half of them within a few days. And then you're going to get them out to customers, MOT, and finish them off and stuff like that. It's just that constant battle of basically just sort of getting them ready, out on sale, selling too quickly because we've got loads of demand, which is good. But it's the same repeat over and over again. So we never really get to the levels where we want to be, where you would like to have 15, 20 cars with boards in the window all looking lovely. It's just not doable because we just keep selling them too quickly. But we are going to give it a bloody good go this year to try and get more and more vehicles on sale. Try and minimise particularly some of the bigger jobs. Keep away from the really daft jobs, which I've been buying too many of, which I mentioned in a previous video I won't bore you with. Just try and get what I would call more sort of in and out cars. And that might mean having to spend a little bit more on vehicles, i.e., going a bit further up the market, maybe sort of 4 or 5 grand, maybe a touch over that, to maybe make that job a bit easier so we can get more of those type of cars on sale, which need less work. So sort of split the market up a little bit, maybe sort of 70-30 between sort of 30% being under 2.5 grand and the rest being 3, 4, 5 grand stuff. See if that helps with the workshop flow, because generally the cheaper cars, which you still get good money out of, they're usually ones that need quite a lot of work doing to them. So I'm going to see how that pans out this year, because I don't want to stop selling the under 2.5 grand stuff, because it's a really, really decent market to sell stuff in. I mean, it's dead easy. It's probably the easiest market to sell to, but it is really challenging. Right, so let's have a quick sum up round here about what we need to be getting on with over the next few weeks, what needs to be going on sale, and I'll tell you what's wrong with them quickly. So, forget the Jag, we've already talked about that. i20, that is pretty much all done now. I've just got to put a steering rack on it, he says. Pretty much done, just needs a steering rack. But that's not too bad, it's going to take a few hours to do. I know I've definitely got one lady who is adamant she wants to buy it, and I've got about another 2 people behind her as well who've expressed interest. So I know we've probably sold that i20, and they're really good sellers, and we sell them dead easy. They're not difficult cars to sell. So that is definitely what we need to get in the workshop this week. Box it off, finish, get the customer down, test drive it, and probably sell it before he even gets a board in the window. My Punto, I need to get that on sale. I'm not quite sure why that's parked up, to be honest. I don't think it needs anything strong doing to it. It doesn't need a gearbox or clutch from what I can remember. I just think it just wants basically going in the workshop and finishing off, just PDIing. And the wheels need doing, which I'll get the wheel man in the week to come in his little van and do that, because he's very cheap and does a good job. So that's not too difficult. My little 107, this is a 12 plate little previous, I think it's a Cat N or Cat S, I can't remember. It was a 12 plate facelift one, it was very cheap. But off to paint, had a front bumper done. and it just needs a clutch. He says just needs a clutch, but these are easy. We'll have that done in a day. So that's a day job. You get it in the workshop, spend a day on it, put a clutch in it, do all the seals in the boot, service it, blah blah blah. Get all the usual stuff that we need to do on 107s and C1 Igos. Get them all done and get it on sale. It will sell within a few days of it being ready, and it'll be very cheap as well, because it being a previous category vehicle. It will be a lot cheaper, probably £1,000 cheaper than otherwise it would be. And so we've already got a list of people who'll be interested in want to buy something like that, just a cheap run around car for 20 quid a year to run on new old road tax, and with a new clutch in, why not? We've also got a little Viva which we need to put an ABS sensor on, and that can be cleaned up and go on sale. That wasn't too bad. We've also got a couple of Astras. We need to I don't think we're going to go on with this one. I think this is going to be traded on. I bought this from Central Car Auction Group. It wasn't dear, it was only a couple £100 quid, but it's a nice thing, 1.6 petrol, but it's got a bit of a crap bumper, which we could fix, but I probably won't bother, to be honest, because it's just, I don't know, I've already got one there anyway. I've got a black one, a nice one with 60 thou on, which will just fit the market well, under £2,000, and it's got a few little marks on it, so for a few £100 quid I'd rather just trade it on. I think I could probably sell that on to someone with a phone call and just make a quick 150 quid profit on it. I bought it on a whim. It's the sort of stuff where you can just get it cheap money, because we got good rates at the auctions, and stuff like this we can just, you know, post on to someone else to make a quick profit on. And occasionally you get them back and you think, actually it's not as bad as we thought, and you might go on with it. Which is what we did with this black one example. That's an example of one we bought, and exactly what we do with it. It was better than what I thought when it arrived. That was only a few £100 quid again, and when it arrived I thought, actually this isn't too bad, other than needing a winter cap and a bloody good clean out. I was quite surprised how good it was. Yeah, so we're going to get on with that one, although I do need to get a bonnet for it, because it's got a bit of lack appeal on it. But again, you know, even with all the bits we've got to do to it, it's not going to a lot of money, and it will sell pretty easy. And it's just a case of shove a wheel bearing on the old Picasso, so we can get that out on sale. That shouldn't be too difficult. Stepway, that drove absolutely amazing, just wants a battery on it, so that's one to probably first job tomorrow morning. Battery on it, clean it up, get it on sale as quick as we can, get it pictured on, get it on the old Facebook page. Had some interest on that already, people are inquiring about it whilst on Hawaii on holiday, so that's good news. Me Fiat, I can get that in, a little 500, that needs a gearbox. It's got a whiny gearbox, which we now have a box for. I bought off a friend of mine who breaks them. He rang me up, said, I've got a box for one of them Fiats, do you want it? I was like, yes, send it me now. So we're going to take the box out of this one, switch the box over, put a new clutch in, prep it, get it on sale. And then we'll then have 2 dead boxes, because I've got one already inside, and we're going to send both of those away to be reconditioned, so then we can put another gearbox in this Ford KA behind it, which was the same problem, whiny gearbox, and then we'll have one spare, because we're bound to get another Fiat or Ford KA we buy with a noisy gearbox, because unfortunately it's a very common issue. And lastly, I think it's just a case of getting these 2 gems, one off to paint and one on sale. The VW up, that can pretty much go on sale. That is ready to roll. Just wants a bit of a valet and a polish up. The Mariva, I'm going to send that off to paint. I'll do that tomorrow morning, and swap it with a Mark II, I think it's 11 plate C-Max titanium I bought a while ago, and it's been at the paint shop. It's had a bit of paint done to the doors, so that's coming back, and we're going to say we'll send this Mariva, so we've done 29,000 miles, with a little 1.4 Mariva, because it's got a mark on this door here, which I think we mentioned briefly before. It's got a mark there, a bit down here is caught as well, and on the arch as well. So we'll get that done, because 29,000 miles, I want that to look proper. Yeah, because that will sell dead easy because of the mileage. Like I say, you don't see many with that low mileage on. They're actually really decent cars, these Marivas. They're proper little family cars, and with that low mileage on, that has got years of good service for someone. And it's the 1.4 petrol, non-turbo, which is the one you should be looking at. Don't buy the turbo one, they're not very good. And then lastly, it's just a case of getting the few cars we've got on sale, just clean them up tomorrow, because they've been sat around, make sure they're all starting, and just maybe have a look at some pricing, make sure they're all keen, and then, yeah, that's it really. Get ready for 2025. I know my Panda needs looking at, because that's got a noisy alternator, so I'm going to have to take that off sale, which is a shame. And then my Audi, not that much interest on my Audi A3, although it has developed a punch on the other side I need to sort out. But I'm going to have a look at the pricing, might have to drop the price a bit, move it around, clean it up, and yeah, maybe move it by the gate, get a bit more interest. We always need to sell stuff more by the gate, and yeah, see if we can hopefully get that gone in January. And then what else have we got? A couple of 108s, which we've had a bit of interest on. My Suzuki, which I'm amazed is still here on a 17 plate, about 3,800 quid. Last one we had flew out the door. This one, very little interest. Although saying that, I did have 2 messages on it this morning on Facebook. So maybe that might go this week, who knows.
And of course, we also need to crack on with the cars in Dead Corner. How can we forget about the old Dead Corner? Did make a bit of progress in early December on a few cars in the corner, and I was hoping to make a bit more, to be honest, but then we just suddenly became busy out of nowhere, which I'm not complaining about because I was expecting December to be absolutely rubbish, and it wasn't. However, that has sort of put me back to my target of getting pretty much all those cars gone in the corner by February. But we are going to keep trying. Keep chipping away at them and just get one in here and there and get them traded out, or well, 1 or 2 of them actually going to go on sale. In particular, I can think of at least 2 or 3 in that corner which have definitely got potential to be retailed. But I'm sure we'll slowly get there, and do you know what, I'm feeling in the mood to be trying to reach that target because I feel a bit sort of refreshed as I've been away and looking forward to 2025. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Guys, thank you for watching this, well, first video of 2025 on the Car UK channel. Now, I have got plenty of new videos landing over the next 7 days, and we are back at the auction in literally a few days' time for a proper feature-length episode as well. So make sure you check that one out. We're also going to be visiting a lot more auctions in 25. Got a lot more collab stuff as well we're working on. And of course, we've already talked about competitions. We're going to be doing more videos featuring the vehicles. We're going to be raffling, etc. Lots of new ideas and some new branding as well that should be coming hopefully in the next video as well. So let's say big improvements coming across the channel, and I hope you're going to enjoy them. Thank you, by the way, for watching in 24, but I hope you stay with me in 25 as well. So by doing that, you can help me out by liking and subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. So thanks again, and I'll see you all very soon.